And now, coming to you straight from the 505's most news-biting source of political commentainment, it's the New Mexico Inquisition with Danger Cavaros.
I like this new trap door. I like it. Oh, awesome. Welcome to the New Mexico Inquisition. I'm your host again this week, Isiah Yazzie. I was the host last week, and it was kind of like a rough time, but I'm wearing everything Danger would be wearing since last week, so kind of loosening up now, so let's get the show started, right? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So we have some special guests. We have Sophie Martin. We have the comedian who just opened up the crowd, Kevin Baca. We have New Mexico Inquisition analyst and head writer, and Gora. Awesome. So let's see. New Mexico Supreme Court is weighing in on whether the last two death row criminals could still be executed, especially after in 2009 they abolished the capital punishment. What is it, like 8 years not long enough to suss it all out and get it all figured out? Or is it that New Mexico doesn't want to waste the last two lethal injection kits before they expire? Thinking it's the second one. Maybe it's that one of the inmates' name is Tim Allen, meaning he's already living one life sentence. Thank you. And we possibly couldn't need these jobs news. The Montana-based company, Bernard Construction Company, is slated to build the section of the border wall on New Mexico and Mexico. Yeah, it's crazy that if we couldn't get Mexico to pay for the wall, why can't we pay New Mexicans to build it? Right? Rather than Montanians, they don't even know immigrants. We all know what an extravagant mess art is, right? Kind of like Eureka on season 10 of RuPaul Drag Race. Ooh, nobody watches RuPaul. Ooh. Not cultured enough, I guess. Well, there's only bus-only lanes on Central. No buses. Buses can't use them. We can't use them. We can't paint over them. We can't restore them to former uses like a two-way road. Or we risk losing $75 million on a small start federal grant. Yeah, at this point, I should really start caring about art, but the only thing dumber than Albuquerque Rapid Transit is the people who allocate funds for it. Yep. I just hate art. Oh my gosh. Traffic. And the new Weekend album came out, so I'm sitting in traffic listening to the Weekend album, just driving me crazy. Jake's Cafe is bringing a new challenge to the table, and it's nothing like the Tide Pod Challenge or the Condom Challenge. It's the Open Heart Surgery Challenge. Yep, that's right. If you're going to try to conquer this 3-pound burger with 9 slices of cheese and 1 ounce of green chili, if you can do that all under 30 minutes or less, the burger is free. It's usually $34, but you get it for free if you finish it. You get that, you get a certificate, and you get a $34 off discount on your future open heart surgery. Yep, so when Medicare calls and is like, hey, we need that last $34, make sure you bill it to Jake's Cafe. Bigoted Keebler Alf and Attorney General, yep, you already know, Jeff Sessions, visited Las Cruces this week, or last week, and he talked to the Southwest Border Sheriff's Coalition, and here's what he had to say. let me get my most tangy voice. The work you do that you've dedicated your lives to is essential. I believe it, the Department of Justice believes it, and President Trump believes it. Yeah, it's crazy how he left out all the other crazy zany things like Trump had the largest inaugural crowd in history, or that thousands and millions of illegal rapists voted last election, or that Donald Trump needs a new attorney general. Yeah, so. Yeah. Let's see what else. Riley Del Rey recently held a press conference announcing how she's going to fight back against Michelle Lujan Grisham and the criminal charges that were filed against her. She stated, Riley announced her attorney would be candidate for Secretary of State Joanne Cox. Yeah, I wonder if Republicans know that Riley is a Democrat. A Democrat, guys! I saw all of you like, hey. Just because, yeah, she's a Democrat, remember that. Don Imus, yeah, is selling his northern New Mexican ranch. It's just huge, and he's selling it for $20 million. If you don't know who Don Imus is, here's all you need to know. He's an example of a much simpler time when you would get fired for saying terrible things about women, not being elected. So Trump, I don't like you. So, you guys ready for the show? Yeah! You guys ready for all the guests? Yeah! Woo! Okay, so don't leave, don't touch that remote, don't click away, don't iPhone or close your app. Stay tuned to New Mexico Inquisition. What's up, everybody? What's up, New Mexico? We are back. And are you guys excited? We got some great people here. We got New Mexico political analyst and head writer Gora. We got special guest who is a longtime editor of the Duke City Fix and a regular pundit on PBS, Sophie Martin.
So glad to be here.
And like I said, the comedian who opened up the crowd, Kevin Baca.
Woo!
Wow. Great. How do you guys feel? How do you feel?
I feel great.
You feel great?
I'm super allergic right now.
Allergic?
Oh my gosh, have you not noticed? It's like nothing but chamisa and sage and mulberry out there.
I'm native, so I usually do the sage.
You do?
So I'm not really allergic to it.
Should I be trying that?
Maybe, yeah.
might
But
try
if you're
that.
allergic to it might not help.
This is a little
Maybe.
hair of the dog, maybe. Yeah, we can try that.
And Gora, how are you?
Doing good, best as I can,
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people who watch this show really know that these aren't really comedians. They're just homeless people we pick up. And, we just call them comedians because they were kind of funny. So sometimes the smell gets to be a bit, too.
Kevin, your 30-second rebuttal, please.
I should complain about the smell, but the view's nice.
Over here,
the
you look
view is
great.
nice.
Yeah.
And it's TV. They don't smell me.
Okay.
That doesn't matter. As long as I'm handsome, which I definitely am, we're good.
I like it. So, any news topics that you guys are interested in that you heard this week? Any crazy? Whoa.
Like everything. Like
Anywhere,
everything.
anywhere in America.
Everything.
Literally
has been
everything.
Crazy. It's like you cannot stop watching the news. So the latest that really struck me is the high-level, high-powered Republican fundraiser who paid $1.6 million to his mistress so that she wouldn't tell anyone about her abortion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Trump.
No,
Like
this is
another-
even better.
another
This
affair
news
popped up.
just came out.
Wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
Man, maybe that's why comics don't make that much money, because we tell stories about our abortions. All we have to do is start holding back. If I shut up about it for 5 minutes, somebody's gonna give me $1 million.
You just put it on your Patreon. Just be like, hey, if you want to find out that crazy thing I did with my vagina, $5 on Patreon.
Right?
What are you guys talking about? What is that? Like a site? Like a,
Patreon?
Yeah.
I believe it's a website that people can use as a resource to earn money for products, services, goods, performing and such.
Artistic ventures.
Yeah.
Is New Mexico running one of those?
Oh,
New Mexico
yeah, New Mexico
Inquisition?
Mexico
I
Inquisition,
believe
now,
so, yes.
The state
Yes.
could run one also. We really need help.
I wouldn't donate
Yeah.
to it.
I wouldn't. It's like
Make me pay more for services I already should be getting. Don't they already do that to us as it is? No, just...
the money pit.
One of the tough things about New Mexico is, we make so much of our money off of oil and gas that for the state to do well, we all have to pay at the pump like crazy. And I'm sure you've noticed gas prices are back up, which means we can afford to have colleges and universities again.
We'll see. But that's why you got to get one of those Smith's cards. Every time you go shopping, you get some cents off. I got 3 cents off each gallon the other day. Just got to shop at Smith's.
You're rolling in it.
Yeah, Kroger. It's all about that Kroger. Wait, can I say that? Is that a product placement?
Are you being paid?
I don't know.
Sadly,
Kroger, get
no.
at me.
No, you can't say that now.
What? What?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm just
They could
messing with
donate
you.
to my Patreon that I may or may not have tonight later.
Get that up. It's not airing until next week, so you got time.
Oh, sweet. Plenty of time. I'm very lazy.
And Gora, so Danger's been gone for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was the show like, being head writer, kind of being in charge? You were in charge this week. What was it like? What was it like working with me and Jason? Was it just a mess?
It was just horrible. Danger really undersells how much you need bathroom help.
Oh,
What?
Just like,
bathroom help. What do you mean by bathroom help?
when you want me to check your number 2s to make sure it's all clean.
Oh, okay.
Wait, that the number 2s are clean, or that where they came from is?
Where they came from.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't.
Okay.
They don't speak English very well. They're still just growing.
What, the number
Well,
2s?
Jason is actually older. He just likes it like that. I think it's some kind of kinky thing for him.
I am so
It's
confused.
a power play. It's a power play.
It is.
Somebody likes number 2 is being cleaned.
No. Where'd
No?
the number 2s come from?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, just forget that whole section. Heard there was you're starting a new blog for the New Mexico Inquisition.
Yes, we have such funny stories and so many great things that don't make the show. So I started a blog where we basically make more fun of the news, because why not?
Why not?
You're gonna,
Why not?
yeah, definitely. It's a quick read. And,
Where
you'll
can
enjoy
they
it.
find that blog?
You can find it on the New Mexico Inquisition website, the Facebook page, and through the Twitter. We post links to it. So
It's really sharp. It's really funny.
thank
It's great.
I haven't read it yet, to be honest. I'll get on it. This isn't airing until next week. So. I'll get on that. Great. So I'm glad you guys are having a great week. Great way to end it off tonight, right? With New Mexico Inquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're gonna have more coming back right after this commercial break. So we will see you later after this break. Awesome, thank you. We're back, New Mexico Inquisition. So I've already talked enough to these uninteresting comedians over here. So now I'm going to go to our special guest, Sophie Martin.
I'm sort of offended for them.
No need to be POC right now.
Okay.
No need. Okay, so Sophie, what do you do?
So I do a bunch of things. My day job, I run the bar exam, which is attorney admissions for the state of New Mexico. I give my opinions on a show called New Mexico in Focus on New Mexico PBS. And for many years, I've run a city blog called the Duke City Fix, which now is really a Facebook page called Duke City Fix, because our hosting fees got very expensive, and Yeah. So so I've been thinking about talking about, ragging on Albuquerque for many years. Now I do it for the whole state for New Mexico PBS, and it's a labor of love.
Nice.
It's a labor of love.
So like as a pundit, like you just
It's like this. I
just
get,
BS the whole time.
I get on TV and I make stuff up. Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. I would like to do that. That would be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think you have a shot. I think you have a chance at that. Yeah, why not?
I got to try it sometime.
So I'm going to say, though, truly, for New Mexico PBS, we have a couple of Ds. People are like, oh my gosh, you know so much about so much. We have a couple of Ds where we talk about what news we think is interesting in New Mexico that week. We prepare so that we look super ready when we get to the show. I've done a little bit less preparation for today.
Yo, totally fine. How much prep did we do? Like 2 hours?
I wore deodorant.
I
wore
honestly
deodorant.
can't say that I remember whether I've done the same.
I changed in from my conductor's hat to this one.
That's awesome. So I heard from you earlier today before we were on camera that
Yes.
you run the trains at the biopark. Is that true?
I am a train driver or conductor/engineer at the zoo now. Yes.
And so I imagine you see like the best and the worst of Albuquerque in that job.
You've seen the
do you
worst and
think?
best of Albuquerque in the
Yeah,
trains. am I right?
not only of its landscape, but its people. And then you get to see some of the detritus that blows in from other states, which is always fun. The deep south of Texas is always a fun one to deal with.
Oof.
Yeah, people come from El Paso a lot, and sometimes they're very, very nice.
Which is basically New Mexico.
Basically,
I feel
yes,
like I need
yes.
to say, yeah.
And then sometimes they are not so nice. But I've been lucky enough to only experience bad weather, not bad people.
I
so
think that's a great job. Do you ever see like fires from the train?
Actually, just my very first day on the train, because I just started training on Tuesday, there was a fire
Congratulations.
on the Bosque right off of Bridge. And so
Training
yeah,
for the train.
we got to see that from the train.
Did you guys see that story this week? A woman and I think her mom are driving on the freeway and they see some idiot has lit up those paper lanterns that you like light a fire in the middle of them and they float up over. And like we have fires going on, we're in the middle of a drought, and some idiots are setting off these paper lanterns. Like wherever they go, it's cool, it's good.
I did see that though.
You saw that in
yeah,
Space?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be fun.
Could you do that like in the winter? Maybe
It
after
still
a little
is winter.
snow?
Did you? Today's
I know.
freezing.
If you do like one
Still
of those to remember a lost loved one, you can make sure that everyone will remember
Will
your lost
also
loved one.
remember your lost loved one.
It's called a
so
legacy.
true.
It's
know?
called a legacy.
Or the Pinon fire. One of the two. Yeah.
Well, if you really, really want to touch a lot of people in one moment for remembrance, you can just get a Mylar balloon and stand directly below some power lines and let it go. And then everyone will remember that day.
Yeah.
Because then all of their ice cream melted.
So
You know, it's been a long time since we've had a great fire or a great flood. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, New Mexico has a folksy tradition. Like, we should enforce that with some kind of great tragedy. Like the great ABQ, train fire of 2018.
I don't want to be a part of that.
I feel like in Albuquerque, it's like, a brewery drops a keg. In this town, we're mostly beer and coffee focused. Yeah.
I feel like we're overdue for a major pudding incident. That's what I think. I think there needs to be some, or maybe something with
feel like
General Mills and granola. I don't
Okay, wait.
know.
I'm gonna say something.
You guys are like having Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs fantasy right now, guys. Like, oh, I hope it rains bacon. All pancakes would be so
If
great.
I gotta
on
go
my
through a
face.
disaster, I don't want to be hungry.
So wait, this is actually true. And I know it's early in the season to be talking about this, but during Balloon Fiesta every year, the Albuquerque Journal stations a reporter up on a hilltop with a police scanner waiting for balloonists to die. They keep people on the balloon death beat. The Albuquerque Journal.
That's the most uplifting thing I've ever heard.
I have
Totally
to say,
true.
that would be like a job for me. I don't report to anybody but a dead body.
Only if the balloon goes up in flames. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people already feel unsafe here in Albuquerque, right? Like 70% of Albuquerque officers don't feel safe and they're ready, want to move on.
That was stunning. So the Albuquerque Journal reported on this survey of APD officers. 70% have said, I've thought seriously about moving. And 69% said, it's because I don't think my family is safe in Albuquerque.
Wow. It isn't safe here. I got robbed at gunpoint.
For many of us, I shouldn't say for many of us, for many residents of Albuquerque, not to personalize it, the police are part of what make people feel unsafe. I mean, yes, there's the lack of police, but then there's also what led to the DOJ supervision of APD.
Yeah, I mean, their fear actually is what causes these things, these incidents.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that, we have this new auto theft task force, and you read about it, and it sounds like some huge production, and I was like, it's only a matter of time before somebody gets killed for stealing a car. And, they're so afraid. The last thing you want is a fearful man with a gun. That is like, I don't know.
Isn't that most men with guns, though?
Yes, it is.
I'm so glad you said that.
I'm just saying.
We don't want to generalize.
I've never met a man with a gun that was like, I'm pretty secure in everything in my life. Ever.
Go to Texas. So what do you have to say to New Mexicans out there? I know we're about to end, so I'm going to give it the last 30 seconds. I get to give you a special message. Yes, so don't interrupt, nobody.
New Mexicans, this is a tough time of year for all of us in New Mexico, and all I can say is, if you have the opportunity, this is a good time to go out there with a shovel or a pickaxe and remove the sage or the chamisa or the mulberry that's in your yard. They make for excellent firewood as the days get colder this fall. Please consider doing this for all of us.
I gotta go sage picking with you sometime.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna need like the beekeeper suit to do that.
get you
I'm gonna need a bunny suit, one of those like I'm on the moon and we're picking sage.
Awesome. Well, that's the New Mexico Inquisition. Thank you guys for being on. Thank you to our special guest Sophie Martin.
Thank you for having me on.
Comedian Kevin Baca and head writer Gora. Thank you guys so much. We're out.